Hello, I'm Jim Lampley. Coming out of a hard-bitten background in the slums of Southern California and of Tijuana, Mexico's Antonio Margarito has made it the hard way in boxing. No fanfare, no early financial support, just a lot of fights and the chance to prove that he could succeed against the best. Ultimately, he did so. Then he called his own reputation into question. Now he has one more chance to revive it. Let's take a look at Antonio Margarito's greatest hits.
July 2007, Margarito put his welterweight title on the line in a highly anticipated bout with Paul the Punisher Williams. Williams opened with a flurry of non-stop activity. In the middle rounds, Margarito grew much more determined to fight back.
Good hard left to the body by Margarito. Williams fires back a four-punch combination. Margarito taking all of this very well and continuing the throwback.
With the scorecards narrowing, both fighters stepped on the gas in the late round.
Big left-hand uppercut by Margarito. Williams keeps throwing. Margarito thinks he's done some damage. Margarito is strafing him with power shots inside. Big right hand. Antonio Margarito, another right hand on the cut. Antonio Margarito has started to make his point, but is it too late?
In the end, Margarito's slow start was costly, as Williams won by unanimous decision. Eager to get back into the ring, Margarito waited just 4 months before taking on Golden Johnson at Madison Square Garden. Margarito's plan was clear: to be visibly aggressive from the start.
Much more vigorous punch output here in round one by Margarito than was the case against Paul Williams, and already he has dug some major body shots into the gut of Golden Johnson, and he backs him up with uppercuts, and he knocks Johnson painfully down. This is brilliant stuff. What a show. That's the Antonio Margarito everybody was avoiding.
April 2008 featured the rematch between Margarito and Kermit Cintron. Eager to avenge the only loss of his career, Cintron began quickly.
Hard right hand by Cintron, and another.
But the fearless Margarito would not back down.
Trying not to give Cintron any room to breathe. Uppercut snaps Cintron's head back. Left hook lands. A flurry of punches from Margarito, body and head.
And in round 6, the determined Margarito finished his man.
Body shot.
He's reacting as though he's really hurt.
Another body shot knockout. This was a tremendous left-hand shot to the body. And very often, it finishes fights.
July 2008, Margarito's biggest night was finally here. A fight against undefeated welterweight champion Miguel Cotto. Many experts predicted it would be the fight of the year, and it did not disappoint.
Cotto lands the right hand and holds it up for the crowd to see. Miguel Cotto looks very sharp, very quick in the early going. Now the left uppercut from Margarito, and he steps in the corner and fires away. Now Margarito gets the space he wants and eats an uppercut for his trouble and smiles at Cotto as if to say, all right, now we're fighting.
Cotto landed some thudding blows and boxed brilliantly early, but Margarito was unfazed by Cotto's best shots.
He promised violence. You're getting violence.
Margarito was constantly coming forward, and his relentless pursuit wore down the welterweight champion.
Cotto's badly hurt by a series of Margarito uppercuts. Cotto is in trouble along the ropes. Margarito stalking and stalking. A hard right hand by Margarito, and he lands another uppercut. Cotto trying to get a rest. What a round. A brewing classic in Las Vegas.
An exhausted Cotto had no answers for Margarito's size, power, and non-stop pressure.
And Cotto goes to a knee. Succumbing to the pressure, and that knockdown could ultimately be the difference in the fight. Cotto getting beaten up by a bigger man. He's exhausted, and it's almost over. The punishment has accumulated to the point where Cotto has nothing left. And Evangelista Cotto's going to throw in the towel, and Antonio Margarito has the victory he's been waiting for all his life.
January 2009, the red-hot Margarito met ring legend Shane Mosley. Moments before the fight, Mosley's trainer Nassim Richardson objected to a wet substance coating a pad inside each of Margarito's hand wraps. Margarito was ordered to re-wrap both hands. Once things moved inside the ring, the story was all Shane Mosley.
Huge right hand by Mosley. One of the best shots of the fight. Tremendous right hand. And a second straight flush right hand. And a third straight right hand. Antonio Margarito, a 4-1 betting favorite, is nowhere in the fight so far.
It was clear Margarito was not the same fighter who had defeated Cotto 6 months earlier.
Good left hook by Mosley.
That was a knockdown. He went into the ropes.
And there's the knockdown. And Margarito looks like a beaten man. Wobbling on his feet. The bell ends round 8, saving Antonio Margarito from a possible knockout.
Margarito barely survived the 8th and suffered the first knockout of his career in round 9.
This fight could be stopped any second now. Margarito is getting hit flush with every right hand. There's another one. There's a big left hook. Why not stop it now? And there's the white towel from the corner, and Shane Mosley has annihilated Antonio Margarito.
Following the technical knockout loss, the California Athletic Commission revoked Margarito's license for a year, determining that indeed his hand wraps contained an illegal plaster-like substance. November 2010, 6 months after beating Roberto Garcia, Margarito returned to the spotlight against Manny Pacquiao. Margarito was surprisingly effective with his jab early on and tried to move Manny to the ropes.
First 3 rounds, Margarito's jab is bothering Pacquiao. Margarito tries to press the action. Pacquiao hits him flush with a big left hand, and then flurries and backs Margarito off again.
Yeah, Margarito's saying that Pacquiao's not hurting him, but his face is telling a different story.
Margarito kept coming, but had no defense for the speed of Pacquiao. While Margarito bravely continued to battle, a fractured orbital bone brought grotesque damage to his right eye.
Margarito seems to be weathering these storms pretty well in spite of the way his face looks.
Margarito's hanging in. He's having more flurries as the fight continues, but Pacquiao just stunned him with a right hook and backed him off again.
For Margarito, so far this has been a measure of redemption because he's never stopped fighting his fight in spite of a frightful beating.
Margarito refused to quit, lasting all 12 rounds, but Pacquiao was dominant in claiming a unanimous decision victory, leaving Margarito in need of a career reversal. To see more of Antonio Margarito, tune in to HBO Boxing.